Let's go now to Samara McPhedran, who's a violence prevention specialist from Griffith University, and she joins us live from Brisbane. Samara, thanks so much for being with us. So the government's proposing a revamp of gun laws, including a limit on the number of guns someone can own and a review of licences over time. How far do you think those measures will go in stopping an attack like this?
Thank you. And unfortunately, the measures that are being proposed aren't very likely at all to contribute to public safety improvements. I wish I could say that they would, but based on all of the available evidence that we have and that we've collected over a long period of time, it's just not realistic to expect that they'll make any real difference.
So what will make a difference, and are politicians doing the right thing to immediately be jumping to changing the gun laws, as has happened several times over many years since Port Arthur happened?
You're right that this has happened repeatedly, and we've fallen into a very concerning pattern where we do the same thing over and over again and then expect a different result. And what we see, and what we're seeing again now, is politicians make very quick decisions within 24 hours in this case. They make those decisions without knowing all of the facts and without having the opportunity to carefully review what went wrong and what occurred in the lead up to the events. And so the decisions that they make are never the right decisions. They are very rapid responses, but they're not the kinds of measures that can genuinely deliver long-term improvements.
Because religious and racial division has a huge part to play in driving violence like we've seen at Bondi Beach. So as well as looking at gun laws, do politicians need to be thinking about what they can do to reduce intolerance and prejudice in communities?
Yes, absolutely. And at the heart of so much violence, whether that's firearms or other methods, we see such anger and grievance. And over a long period of time in Australia, many, many years, and across the political spectrum, we've seen politicians use very divisive and very inflammatory rhetoric. They have, for short-term political gain, sought to divide Australians and to pit Australian against Australian. And they've done that on the basis of identity. So we now see these divisions in society based on religion and race and ethnicity and culture and so on. It's a long list. And we're now seeing where that can lead. So going forward, certainly there's an important part for our community leaders to play in terms of changing how they engage in public debate and changing how they talk about social issues.
That's all we have time for. Samara McPhedran, violence prevention specialist from Griffith University. Thanks so much.
Thank you.